Wanted to break in here, did you? Get out of here, go!
好啦，继续玩《天国降临》啦。现在控制的是哥德温。哥德温。
Watch where you going.
神父。
Look out!
然后我们现在是要去有2个支线，看一下，与逃离磨坊的人交谈，跟前往调查袭击的现场这边。哦。战争就是我们从城堡这边出征，一路下来，然后在这边我们要去攻击纳博科夫要塞的时候，在这路上这边被埋伏。好，哇，技术全开，好多东西都没探索过。所以我们先去问一下被袭击的人。
Holy Mother. Greetings to you.
What's going on here?
The lords are having a scrap, but it's always us common folk who end up suffering, like this one. He'll be lucky to see the morning. See you later. Holy Mother of God. It's always the common folks that suffer the most. And you're supposed to believe there's justice in the world.
Oh. God be with you. I need to ask you something.
Me? Like what?
What happened to you?
An awful disaster. Our mill was like suddenly in the middle of a battlefield. In the evening, some men burst in on us, herded us into the barn and wouldn't let anyone out. And then, in the morning, the ravine suddenly turned into hell itself. Awful. Dreadful.
Easy. You have nothing to fear now, lass. What did you hear from the barn?
Branches snapping, horses whinnying, yelling, and infernal crashes and bangs. We tried to flee, but Cooper was hit in the shoulder by an arrow.
We hid.
跟亨利一样。
All over. And then, by then, them bastards had other things to worry about. They took some captives.
Well, who were those cutthroats?
Some of them wore Lord Nebak's colours, but it wasn't his men. We know his men. They ride by the mill often enough and sometimes stop off for a chat.
So the ambush wasn't the end of it. What happened next?
Like Cooper says, them scoundrels brought some prisoners to the meadow beside the mill.
And that commander of theirs, he had them hanged, one after the other.
Hanged? All of them?
Aye, every last one of them.
I'm looking for two friends. The innkeeper told me they were involved in that skirmish. Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein and Henry, his page. Have you heard those names?
Lord have mercy. They were the ones that was taken captive.
Are you sure?
Aye. After what they got up to at the Semine wedding, half the domain knows them. They was hanged.
My God! Surely not. There
不
must
可
have
能
been
吧？
lots of
主角
people
怎么
there.
可能被吊死啊？
Maybe you made a mistake in the confusion.
I'm sorry.
吊
How
死就
can
神
you
作
be so
肉。
sure? How far away were you? What happened exactly?
I'm just saying what I saw. That's all.
I'm asking if you're sure. Would you swear to God? Well, speak!
Before Almighty God? Well, maybe. I mean, it was all a bit chaotic, that's true.
I'll leave you to get some rest. I must find my friends, however they ended up. Da Deus Fortunae.
Oh, was that Latin? Are you a priest or what?
Aye, I'm a priest. Well, I used to be.
Merciful Mother of God. That's some good fortune at least. Could you bless Cooper, please? Maybe he'll get better if you put a word in for him with the Almighty.
I'm afraid no words I can say will help. The Lord himself decides who to call to his side.
Oh, all right. We'll pray ourselves then, to the Holy Virgin. Maybe she'll hear us. Please, God, make Cooper better again.
God and all
I
the
beg you.
saints. Have
你一
mercy
口咬
on
定
me.
说那个谁会死，
If God wills it, I'll soon be back on my feet.
There's justice in the world.
我才不要帮你祈祷了。
Ave Maria.
I'll have a look at your...
Barbarian! This won't end well.
"对，是他。不能快速旅行啊，只能骑啊。
Not far now, Bibiana.
"快到，快到，是这吗？还没。
I'm supposed to take a left at the crossroads.
左转，
Well, this must be that chapel. Now to the right, and down to the woods.
然后右转。
Go!
Tracks lead to the right. I'd better tread carefully. That company must have headed into the thicker forest. They used the trees as cover. Whoa! Whoa!
我下来用走的。我们在这里被伏击，然后一路往前。哎呦，这里有空气墙，不能过啊！
Wagons. They probably use them to block the way and prevent a retreat. Smart. I should keep my eyes peeled.
对，那时候，那所以我们是被引导到，是从那个树倒下来，然后从这边引导过来的。有人在讲话
They rained arrows down on them. Good God, what a bloodbath.
I 我先拿钱。
Bollocks. They've got their hands full bearing their... What are you gaping at? Well, didn't they teach you not to stick your... I'll kill you.
我操！要死了！要死了！
Now you've had it.
绷带，绷带。他的衣服不能换啊，靠腰啊！ 有些人可以捡，有些人不能捡，是什么？是为什么？那这个就不能捡，这武器也不能捡。有些人是背景啊，老旧念珠面包。我现在捡的东西会不会转移到亨利身上吗？
God Almighty, bless their souls.
死伤无数啊！酒要拿酒可以补血呀、苹果啊，酒啊，没有药水了。能量药剂，绷带。差不多了。铁，笛子，钱。搜索那个打仗的尸体，真的可以发家致富啊！就是恶心的点。
And they blocked their way forward as well. They were trapped. The man who planned this thinks like a true warrior.
就压在桶子底下。止痛药剂。
In any case, the innkeeper wasn't exaggerating. It looks like a Turkish raiding party swept through here.
这底下我没走到，我直接切西瓜下去了。 这不能偷哦。
Hey, I told you quite clearly to stay in the forest. You're welcome to anything you find up top, but stay away from here.
God be with you, lad. I'm not one of those corpse looters.
Listen, one more step, and it'll be your last, old man.
Calm down. I don't want any trouble. I'm looking for someone.
Oh? And who do you serve?
The Lord God, my son. And wine, every now and again. Or ale. I'm not fussy.
What are you saying? You're a priest? You don't look like no priest.
I hear that a lot. But it's God's truth.
So who are you looking for, Father?
I'm looking for my friends. And I want to make sure they aren't among the dead. Can you take me to your commander?
All right, follow me. Eric can decide what to do with you.
Move it,
埃里克
idlers. Bury them properly so the wild animals don't get to them.
Eric!
What are you doing here? You're supposed to be on guard at the mill. I made it quite clear. I want that fucking rabble kept out of here. Who's this? Your pa?
No, sir. He says he's a priest, and he's looking for someone. So I thought...
Quiet! You, speak! Who are you? And who are you looking for?
Godwin. I'm a priest and I'm looking for my friends. Or their bodies.
And what exactly do you want from me?
I'd like to ask what happened here.
What do you think? A battle is what happened, and the best side won. Us. Now I've got to clear up this mess.
Sorry, this might sound stupid, but I've just arrived and I've no idea what's going on here. Who did you defeat?
The cream of the local fiefdom. That bastard von Burgo threw everything he had at us, but it wasn't enough.
你叫什么名字？
Now that I've introduced myself, I'm keen to know who you might be.
You may have introduced yourself, but I don't know why I should believe you. Whoever heard of a priest with a sword under his belt?
I get your point. De omnibus est dubitandum. Let's just say I'm whatever I need to be at the moment. A priest, a warrior, a tireless lover. After all, the Lord helps those who help themselves, eh?
Well, you know how to preach. Maybe you really are a priest.
It looks like you crushed them badly. Did you leave any survivors?
I don't think so. So if your pals were against us, you'll find them in that pit there.
I hope not. I don't think you'd throw a nobleman into any old hole.
Nobleman?
Aye, a nobleman. I'm looking for the Lord of Perkstein and his page.
The Lord of Perkstein?
Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, and Henry of Skalitz.
The captain took some prisoners with him, but I've no idea if it's them.
You'd better hope it is.
Right then. My name's Eric, and I'm in command here.
Excellent, Eric. I'd like to see the prisoners. Will you take me to your captain?
We'll see. Have you brought a ransom?
I still don't know if they're dead or alive. So first, I want to see them.
Right, fellas, we'll finish this. If you want to keep your head on your shoulders, clear off on the double. Did you hear what I fucking said? Get lost, or it'll end badly.
I won't take orders from you, you dog! We're outnumbered, but we can take them. And then I'll take you to our prisoners. Deal?
If we survive.
Let's see if you're as good with that sword as with your tongue. Come on then, you assholes!
man.
Finish this quickly.
Rip your up!
打一下，
That bastard!
No mercy.
You should have with us. He's got no chance. He's hit.
Fucking swine. I owe you one, old man.
他们连一个人都没打死啊！
Hell. You see what happens when you can't be asked to obey orders. But Eric was... Shut up. Deal with you later. Oi, old man. Come here. We need to talk. Father! Worthy sir! A quick word... Fuck! That was something! They got what they had coming, the fucking thieves!
I'd say it's God's punishment. Requiem aeternam dona eis, Domini.
You really know how to wield a sword? Tell me, where did you learn to fight like that? And leave God out of it this time?
In the Battle of Kosovo. I did a bit of traveling when I was young, and lopped up a few Turkish heads along the way.
And you settled down in your old age?
Till recently I was the parish priest in Užice, near Sasau.
Sasau?
Looks to me like you're going to need a bigger hole for the bodies.
We're not gonna dig graves for those fuckers.
Hmm, 他们不该落到这种
Leave them to rot without a Christian burial. Nobody deserves that. Not even enemies. And besides, those corpses could attract wolves from the forest.
Sod the wolves. Let them fill their bellies.
Anyway, what about our agreement?
Still on? I'll take you to the castle, so you can talk to the captain. He always appreciates a good warrior.
What castle?
Nabokov. Although, castle might be a strong word for it.
"我不确定那是我的马，埃里克。
So tell me, Godwin, why are you looking for those two anyway?
I gave my word.
Who to? Who's looking for them?
Lord Hanush of Lipa, Lord Capen's guardian.
Hanush, you say?
Do you know him?
I know who he is, but I couldn't say we're friends. Look, that's Nabokov up on the left. Got a commanding view of the whole valley. Now tell me, do you ride as well as you wield a sword? Let's see. I'll race you there. Yeah!
Quick!
突然间就要比赛嘛？ 干，输了。
Well now, you're a fine horseman as well.
Bibiana might look like any old nag, but there's
She
more
knows
to her
that.
than meets the eye.
Bit like you. In any case, welcome to Nabokov. We'll leave the horses here. Not to worry, our boys will take good care of them.
A very nice fortress. How did you manage to take it?
In a moment, you can ask the captain yourself.
I can't wait. Wait here for me, Bibiana. I'll be back soon. And maybe I'll have the two little blighters with me.
Open the gate!
Where's the chief? I brought him a guest.
Just now he's interrogating some captives.
Call him.
I believe they're still alive. You're in luck.
I hope so.
What is it, Eric? I'm busy.
This here is Father Goodwin. For a priest, he's handier with a sword than most of your men. He helped us against some bandits. And he's looking for Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein.
Well, well. This is quite a turn-up. I've just had a very interesting chat with this Capon. And your Ishtvan. Now I think I want to have a chat with you. Go and wait for me in the tower.
God be with you, Captain. I expect you're the master of this fortress.
You surmise correctly. Who are you? And to what do I owe the honor of your visit?
As your man-at-arms Eric said, I'm Father Godwin. I'm in the service of Hanush of Lipa, and I'm looking for his nephew.
Hanush of Lipa, eh? Interesting. Did I hear correctly that you're a priest? You don't look the part.
Ne credas aurum, quid resplendent ut aurum. Perhaps not, but I am. And who are you, sir?
You don't need to know my name. I'm a knight, and that should be enough for you.
Conversing with a man without knowing his name is a little awkward. But so be it. Am I to understand, Sir Knight, that young Lord Capon is alive and well and is in your captivity here?
You understand correctly. And he's in better shape than I am. I don't have this bandaged eye for fashion. That page of his did this to me.
It doesn't pay to underestimate that one. He's one of the few who can hold his own with me, whether sword fighting or boozing.
Boozing? You're a proper priest, then.
Unfortunately, the bishop had other ideas.
I have a feeling that's just one chapter in your colored history. Am I right?
Indeed. But this isn't the time or place for recounting adventures. You have my friends, and I want them back. So what do we do about that?
Straight to the point, eh? You're a man after my own heart. So what do you propose?
First of all, I'd like to see them, to make sure they're safe and sound as you claim.
They're both fine, for now. You have my word.
The word of an unknown knight? That's as much use to me as
the word of a dubious priest with a bloody sword in one hand and a wineskin in the other is to me.
Well, let me put it another way, Sir Knight. I don't know what happened here exactly, who you are, or what your quarrel with Otto von Bergau is. But I guarantee you that those two greenhorns won't interfere with your plans, and you've no reason to hold them.
I'll have you know, these two greenhorns came with Otto von Bergov's army to conquer this fortress. And they were the most dogged of all his men. And I have to admit, the best as well, as my eye can testify.
Like I said, they're handy fellows. Although they do get up to some stupid escapades. As you no doubt well know, Lord von Bergau is on the opposite side of the Lord of Lipa. So if that pair joined up with him, they must have had a damn good reason for it, believe me. But that's by the by. It's over and done with. Release them. I'll take them away and Sir Hanush will be in your debt.
Tell me, Father, what price does Sir Hanush put on his nephew?
How much do you have in mind?
You're not even able to name a figure. What kind of negotiator are you?
I'm not a negotiator. I have a task to fulfill, and that's what I intend to do. I was afraid at first that if anyone was going to hold them captive, it'd be von Bergo, and I'd have to party with him. Ah, well. Man proposes, and God disposes.
This whole story of yours sounds to me rather suspicious. How am I to know you're not von Bergov's spy? Maybe I should throw you in the same cell with that pair.
Excellent! At least I'd get to see them with my own eyes, and not have to put up with any more horse shit from a lying Cyclops!
Enough! To hell with you! You've got no ransom, and you don't want a parley. So we're done here. Be glad I'll let you leave in one piece.
You won't get rid of me that easily.
Rebellion! They're attacking!
I came here to get them, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Looks like you know how to use a blade.
Fighting Turks will teach you that.
Hungary?
Kosovo.
If you help me, I'll let them go.
Up and at them! Kill them to the last man!
刀，哎，不是啊，不是，不要打我啊！
It's a wonder you're still standing!
Idiot!
One of them!
还有吗？
Don't spare him! No,
一剑，两剑，我用戳的。哎呦，打到我，打到我，打到我！
Take that, you fucker!
I'm going to finish you. I've been waiting for you. Fucking swordsman! Fucking swordsman! Hey, stop that! Fucking get away with that!
哎呀！
Sent my greetings to the devil. All yours.
一剑，两剑。
I took him down. Sorry, fucker! Sorry, fucker! Watch out!
Christ! I don't have the whole day for you.
You'll be sorry, fucker!
Thank you!
Whether you're a priest or not, I have to admit, you're damned handy with a sword.
Likewise. But what the hell was that all about?
It looks like those friends of yours were right. Von Bergov's spies infiltrated us. Istvan Toth and that Eric of his.
Eric? Where is Eric?
Fuck! To the captives, quick, before it's too late!
I hope Hanush has enough coin to pay the ransom for you. As for you, well, we'll see about you.
You! Tough! You swine! You're lucky I can't get to you, you treacherous cunt! Bark at me, you dog! Who the hell do you think you are? Where's my sword? Who is this? Madman! Surely you're not gonna listen to some vagabond? What, but you think you should listen to Sigismund's bitch? Enough!
What's he talking about?
You clearly don't know your own men. Although this one is Sigismund's man. We've already had the honor.
They're making up shit to avoid the gallows!
That's why you were so keen to avoid that battle.
We were defending the castle as you ordered!
Throw him in the cell with Nebak.
I'm sure you'll get on just fine together.
You're making a terrible mistake!
We'll see about that.
Zizka, you want it at the gate?
揭示卡。
Shit, I'm not done with you yet.
Now you're done for. You'll pay for everything you've done.
Why do you think so? The little misunderstanding with the captain will get sorted out soon enough, one way or another. What's interesting is that you cross my path again when I'm doing what I do best. Fate, I suppose. We have the same fairy godmothers. Whores.
You dog! You're in the mood for jokes? After what you did here in the fortress? Give me one good reason I shouldn't strangle you on the spot.
Strangling your rescuer would be a mistake, Yaramir. A big mistake. And most likely a mortal sin.
Rescuer? What are you on about?
Why do you think you're still alive? Thanks to me. I persuaded Zizka not to get rid of you for good.
Don't listen to him. He's a liar and a traitor to this land.
And a loyal servant of King Sigismund and our Sir Otto von Burgau. Just like you, sir. Or am I mistaken?
Otto von Burgau?
Indeed. While these two support that drunken, good-for-nothing Wenceslas, like that bastard Zizka.
Why did you help him then?
It was a direct order from Sir Otto.
What order?
Gain Zizka's trust and stop his perfidious raiding once and for all. Unfortunately, getting away from here in time and warning Sir Otto about the trap was harder than I expected. And that's why I'm locked up here now. In any case, he wouldn't be alive without me. Believe me, sir.
Don't believe him. He's a common bandit. He did the same at my hometown. Attacked castles, murdered, and plundered.
I was given a direct order by my lord, who is yours too, and I'm carrying it out as best as I can.
Behind bars?
Like I said, if everything had gone to plan, it wouldn't be us in this dungeon, but Zizka. But don't worry, sir. I haven't said my final word yet.
Well, I don't want to be too hasty, but all right, I'll take your word for it. For the moment. You'll regret it if you're lying to me.
No doubt.
I'm glad you've revealed your true nature here in front of everyone. Zizka will be pleased to hear it.
Will the captain believe someone who attacked him with von Burgau's forces, or me? That remains to be seen.
I'm sure Sir Yaramir will confirm it.
Sir Yaramir isn't stupid enough to want to get rid of the only ally he has to hand. Isn't that right, Sir Yaramir?
We'll see.
Assuming there will be any discussion with the captain.
You're just trying to wriggle out of it.
You may be in for a surprise, Lord Capon.
Where's my sword?
Your sword? You're still bothered about that? It's only a piece of iron. I have to admit, your father did a good job on it, though. Beautiful work. His last.
You won't look so pleased with yourself when I'm gutting you with that sword.
I'm not sure you'll get the opportunity, to be honest. If either of us has a chance of getting out of here alive, it's certainly not you.
Don't try it on. You fled from Talmberg like a thrashed dog. And if it's true you're working for von Burgov, you haven't done too well. All your men are dead, and you're here in a cell.
For the time being, wait and see.
Ha! I get the feeling you touched a nerve there, Henry. This vermin doesn't have a backup plan.
I'll be free before you know it.
And how do you intend to get out of here?
Surprisingly, I have better prospects than you two. And waiting for a ransom is only the last resort.
Who would pay a ransom for you?
Don't tell anyone, but how about the man who sent me here? And he's close by. Unlike Lord Hanush is at the other end of the country.
Zizka would have to be out of his mind to release you.
Really? People like Zizka know coin is more important than revenge. You can't bay a band of mercenaries with nice feelings. Besides, seeing what happened, I don't think Zhishka is going to want to stay long. And I wouldn't expect him to wait around until a messenger brings a ransom from Ratai. One way or another, he won't have any need for you. Either of you. And that's when my time will come. Are you afraid?
I'm gonna get you.
No one's yet built the gallows I'll swing from, boy.
I don't think Henry's planning to hang you. He's more likely to rip your gut open. And I'll be glad to help him.
When did you start recruiting Radzig's people, Eric?
What's the matter? Lost your tongue?
I think he was looking for this.
You swine! Ugh.
You better hope your father pays a nice fat ransom.
Rot in hell! Ugh.
Eric! You're just about to do some gutting.
There's no time for it.
There's always time for this.
No, we've got to flee now.
There'll be time when we meet again.
What the fuck was that? Fuck it!
傻眼！原来冯伯格才是坏的啊。神父来了。
Praise be to our Lord Jesus Christ. Gentlemen.
It's Godwin.
You know, I thought I'd be carrying your bodies home. Can't you even deliver a letter?
I will get those fuckers.
这好像是历史上的英雄人物。
You were right.
All you had to do was trust us.
Trust you? When you came at me with von Bergov's army? Sorry, but my eye doesn't see it that way.
Maybe we wouldn't have come at anyone with an army if they hadn't tried to kill us earlier. And weren't cozying up with that bastard Istvan.
There might be some truth in that. We got off on the wrong foot, all right. But it seems we have a lot to say to each other.
Too right. I have to admit I'm getting a bit lost in all this mess.
You're not the only one.
Well, let's start with you, Captain. You know all of us, but we don't know you from Adam.
I am Jan of Trotsnov, also known as Zhishka. These days in the
Young
service of Jan
Jessica.
Sokol of Lamberg and Margrave Prokop of Luxembourg.
Prokop? Jobst of Luxembourg's brother? What a coincidence. We're here at Jobst's instigation.
Well, Sir Hans, the problem is Prokop is at this very moment in Sigismund's jail in Pressburg on account of Jobst's treachery, which doesn't exactly make us allies.
We know about his past, but it seems he's changed his mind and sided with King Wenceslas. After all, we came here to try to make Lord von Bergov and the League of Lords turn against Sigismund.
Jobst can be very convincing, and then all of a sudden his dagger's in your back. I've seen him twist and turn so many times that I don't believe a word he says. Be that as it may, what you said means we, here and now, really are on the same side.
Aye. But what I want to know is how it came about that instead of delivering a letter, those boys joined our enemy.
Von
von Bergov maneuvered us into it. It was easy to win us over. Zizka here attacked us first, and then von Bergov. And Istvan was with him too.
And Istvan was actually working for von Bergov all this time.
Where did you pick up that bastard, Zizka?
When I came here, I was putting together a band, and he turned up, along with Eric and a couple of others.
You recruited him? Just like that?
Lord Capon, when you do what I do, you don't get to choose from the best, but the worst. And he was good at our trade. So good, I didn't notice he was setting me up.
If you're in Sokol's service, as you said, what exactly is it you're doing for him?
Waging war, as you've no doubt noticed.
There's a fine line between waging war and marauding.
As a man of your experiences must know, war takes many forms. And since King Wenceslas and Prokop are imprisoned and the Czech noblemen are useless, we're doing the best we can alongside Sokol. We're making life difficult for the traitors who are in league with Sigismund. And Otto von Bergov is traitor-in-chief.
Well, I understand you were out to harm von Bergov. But why did you attack us, for God's sake?
We saw you meet up with his garrison. It looked like a friendly encounter, so we figured you were with von Bergov.
You killed all my men. They were good lads.
And you killed my men. Though some of them were far from good.
War is a nasty business, Captain. What happened, happened. And it's a burden we all have to bear.
Tell that to Oates.
Yeah, war is a nasty business. Men kill each other, I get that. But your men wanted to rape innocent women. There at the pond.
Nobody raped anybody. I personally made sure of that.
Well, that is true. You killed one of your own.
Like I said, in my trade, you don't work with the best, but the worst. It's hard to keep them reined in sometimes, but I do my best, as you saw with your own eyes.
Do you know Catherine?
Who?
The girl from by the pond, for whose sake you killed your own man.
No.
You killed your own man to protect a woman you don't know?
Looks like it, doesn't it? Nobody has tried anything of the sort since, so they got the message.
Did you want to kill von Bergov?
Of course. And as you know, we almost succeeded. But just making his life hell was enough. Making sure he lost as much coin and manpower as possible so he couldn't help Sigismund. And we hit him where it hurt, believe me.
So you were doing the same as Toth was doing in Sasau, in Sigismund's service? Or maybe even von Bergov's?
I suppose so. I also understood from what he said that he'd been harassing the enemy a bit too, but he didn't say who that was. Now it's clear why.
Harassing a bit? No offense, but you're a dabbler compared to him. Istvan took Talmberg Castle. He assembled a huge force and almost seized control of the entire Sasau region. The whole region had to band together to put an end to his mischief.
And did you?
I should say so.
You see then, this whole region also banded together against me. And did they stop me? And who did you say the dabbler was?
Why do you think Istvan joined you when he's on Sigismund's side?
That's a good question. Either he just needed coin and joined the first band he came across, and when he found out who I was, he secretly did an about-face and planned to double-cross us. Or he was already Sigismund's spy when he joined us. Anything's possible.
Why did Istvan let you ambush von Bergov instead of telling him you were at Nebukov? If he's on his side.
Well, that's not so mysterious. It all happened so fast that he didn't have time to do anything. What's more, I kept everyone inside the fortress before the battle. For that precise reason, so no idiot would give us away. Although it's true he wanted to avoid that battle. He tried to talk me out of it. And now we know why. While we're on the subject of Istvan, I understand you have some history between you.
It's a pretty ugly story. As Lord Capon said, he went marauding in our Sasau region. He seized Talmberg Castle, imprisoned my father, and stole his sword. And his commander, Markvart, killed my mother and stepfather while they were raising our village.
That's a long list.
How did you manage to set that trap in the ravine so quickly? We only heard about the sortie the evening before.
I have my sources.
Come on!
自由门路。
I think you can trust us after all that's happened, can't you?
I'll give you a piece of advice, Lord Capon.
别相信任何人。
Don't trust anyone.
If there's one thing I can't figure out, it's how come you suddenly turned up here, Godwin?
Or would you rather I hadn't?
Certainly not. You came at just the right time. A positive godsend.
I have the feeling it wasn't God who sent you, but my guardian Hanush, eh?
He dropped by to see me just as the bishop was kicking me out of my parish. He said you'd been gone suspiciously long, and I was wondering where I was going to live. So we made a deal that I'd go and check up on you.
That was a good idea, I must say.
I think so too. For a while, I was worried I'd have to take you home in sex.
How did Semine come to join you?
Von Berghoff is a bad master, and you're not the only ones who don't like what Sigismund's doing in Bohemia. It wasn't hard finding allies who hate him. The same with the miller, though he had lots of other incentives as well.
What are we gonna do now?
We can't
做
stay
帮助也
here.
是盟
God
友啊。
knows what plots those fuckers are hatching right now. We should get ready to leave. Von Berghoff may have lost lots of men, but he won't take this lying down. Word will get out about his humiliation, and the League of Lords will come to his aid.
Where will we go?
I don't know yet. What about that Jobst of yours? Should you send word to him?
He's still somewhere in Brandenburg.
So the best thing would be for all of us to go back to Ratai. Wouldn't you like to join us, Zizka?
That sounds like a plan.
You see? Oh, and would you like me to take another look at your eye? An open wound is the last thing you want on a journey.
Is medicine another of your skills? On top of sword fighting, boozing, and preaching?
Giving the last rites isn't the only thing I can do for a fallen man. War is a good teacher.
All right, then. You could look at the bandage for a start. The stench bothers me more than the pain.
Sorry about your eye.
You're lucky it was this one. It must be cursed. I almost lost it as a child already. And then you came along. Still, I have no one to blame for challenging you and taking off my helmet. I'll hand out orders and come and join you in the fort. Sir Hans can take you there.
Oh, fucking hell. God. Holy shit! Don't worry. I'm sure it doesn't look half as bad as it feels. It started to fester. I'll have to clean that out. Just get it over with.
"好饿哦，好饿哦！" 痛晕过去了。
Will he survive?
With God's help.
That's not what I asked.
The wound isn't deep. As long as it doesn't fester, it'll be all right.
So, he won't go blind?
He won't lose his eye. He just needs to get a good night's sleep.
We all do. We're leaving early in the morning before von Berghoff comes and kicks us out.
Can we help somehow?
Aye. Go to bed and no more fighting. And keep your hands off our Clara. Got it? But if you really want to be useful, you can help Bluster load the cart.
I think I know where we're most needed now. I'm going to need your help.
Leave me out of it. I'm still seeing stars from that bang to my head.
I'll be happy to help. What can I do?
We should say a few words for those who can no longer hear anything. And dig their graves. It's been a hellishly long day today. Thank God we managed to
I'll be with
survive
you.
until evening at least. Now it's
Careful.
time to go to the... Will you help me? It's been a hellish... Hurry!
厨房。
You're going.
一楼。
It's been a hellishly long day today. Thank God we managed to survive until evening at least. Now, hurry up. Let's get this over with. It's been a hellishly long day today. Thank God we managed to survive until evening at least. Now it's time to go to those who were not so lucky.
At least they now have eternal peace from everything. And they don't have to choose a lesser evil.
By the lesser evil, do you mean our new ally whose eye you almost put out? Keep up, Henry!
I'd like to hear what you think of him.
I think deep down he's a good fella. It's just, well, he tends to overdo the whole notion of the end justifying the means.
And that's bad.
It's never good to accept death as a permanent part of your life. If you don't watch out, you'll end up drowning in all that spilt blood. Well, maybe all these hardships will be for the best in the end. Everything has a reason. In the end, we're the lucky ones. We're still alive, unlike others, eh?
Some of them might have fallen even by my hand.
I understand. Trust me, it's all the same to them now. The best thing you can do for their souls, and yours, to find peace, is to dig graves for them. But we're here! Would you please take care of those poor wretches, and lay them to rest? In the meantime, I'll pray for salvation. Lord, grant them eternal rest. Kyrie eleison. Christe eleison. Kyrie eleison.
挖坟墓。一个。难怪回不去那个城堡了。圆锹用不着，肚子饿，培根吃掉，烤乳猪，香肠，鲈鱼14，直接爆掉，吃啊！好吧，我还要去把这几个人搬过来。
vetur vocum in Jerusalem, exaudi orationem mea, ad te omnis caro venie.
我快困死了，这个。
Benedictus qui venit in nomine Domini. Hosanna in excelsis. Lord, grant them eternal rest. Requiem aeternam dona. Siat eis, te decet hymnus Deus in Sion, et ibi ridetur vocum in Jerusalem, salve orationem mea, ad te omnis caro venie. Lord, grant them eternal rest. Benedictus qui venit in nomine Domini. Hosanna.
Do you think we did enough for those poor souls?
We did what was necessary.
That's good. Bloody tired.
Oh, come now, you're young. You can't be all that worn out. I have something that'll get your blood pumping.
Oh, Godwin, couldn't I... Can it wait?
No, wait. You'll see. It'll kick your arse for you.
I think I'll lie down and wait for it.
Come to the castle moat. I'll wait for you there.
哇！我吃了有问题的食物啊，食物中毒啊！没注意看。好，今天先玩到这，明天再继续。已经5点了，准备要出门了。